welcome back. Okay, let's start. Lucy. Where were we last week? This is 9, 10, 10, 16, 22, 23. Should be this, yes. Yes. Lucy suddenly came looking for me. It was unexpected of her, so I was a little surprised. What's this all about? Lucy hesitates a little bit.
それが
Just what is on her mind? どうぞ。
ルーシーはいつルーシーのマスターに会えるでしょうか。
Her words made me cease all my movements momentarily. Then, as if nothing had happened, I calmly replied, What do you mean? どういう意味？
ルーシーはいつ頃正式に発注されるのですか？いつになったらルーシーのマスターに会ってちゃんとお世話をできるのでしょうか？
Well...
ルーシーのマスターはどんな方なのか本当に楽しみです。ルーシーはロボットなので夢を見ることはできませんが、もし人間だったら毎日欠かさずマスターに会う夢を見ていたと思います。ルーシーはいつマスターに会えますか？
I have no idea how I should respond. Her words are stabbing at my heart. It's painful to continue listening to her. It's painful to watch her desire for a master. Despite that, I do my best to stay composed. In a controlled, measured voice, I replied, Well, try not to fret over it too much. Your big day will come soon enough. It's not like you don't enjoy staying here, right?
もちろんです。
Then all you need to do is to wait patiently.
どのくらい待てばいいでしょうか？
Well, it might take a little longer than you expect.
そんなに長くですか？
A small chuckle escapes my mouth. Yes, since we must secure approval from the authorities.
上の方はなかなか許可を出してくれないのですか？なぜですか？
They're scared.
恐れですか？
Yes,
何を恐れているのですか？
I struggled to find the words to tell her. Lucy pursed her lips while trying to read my expression.
ルーシーが怖いのですか？皆さんはルーシーを恐れているのですか？
Quite a lot of them are actually.
博士も恐れているのですか？ルーシーが怖いですか？
Not me. But everyone's different. It's unlikely that other people feel the same way as I do. Only the people at this lab share my perspective. There are definitely people out there who are scared of you. There might be even people in this very lab who may put up a strong front but are actually afraid deep inside. There are a lot more people like that in the outside world, many more than you can imagine.
ルーシーはよくわかりません。ルーシーには確かに危険な防犯機能も搭載されています。
Because you look too much like a human.
人に向ければ問題になる機能も多少存在します。でも人に危害を加えないようプログラムされています。ロボット三原則があります。人間を守るためのルールです。
そうですね。
万が一何かあって問題が起こったとしても、ロボット三原則に反した瞬間、ルーシーは壊れるようになっています。ですから怖がらないでください。他の方にルーシーを怖いと思ってほしくはありません。
そうですね。The chance of Lucy being officially released is probably close to nil. Oh, The authorities are very conservative. We've been having a tough time trying to convince them. They don't wish for any changes that might pose a risk. And it's not just them, the majority of people also share their view. My mindset is certainly in the minority. We are nothing but a small group of people disillusioned with human beings. We are crossing that line that wasn't meant to be crossed. Nothing has changed since the past. The fact that she's still very dangerous, she's a robot that is capable of replacing a human being wholly, the nobility of mankind, our reign over the world. This robot has the potential to take them away entirely. That is why authorities believe that Lucy is a Pandora's box. That is why they are trying to restrict her capabilities and keep her out of public reach. You can learn beauty from art, the world from science, life from religion, and men from robots. It could be that people are afraid to see reflections of themselves. They are afraid they may be reproduced through robots. The day will soon come, the day where I will have to let go of Lucy. There isn't much time remaining for me and Lucy. So that's what happened. That's why she got dumped. 3 laws of the robotics. October 29. Yo. I heard someone banging on my door. I know that it can't be Lucy. Open the door this instant. I reluctantly oblige. Nandayo, Oto-san. My father is standing there with a displeased look on his face. It's clear that he's holding back his temper. Next thing I know, my father has thrown something in my face. A sheet of paper flutters onto the ground. This is... I picked it up. It's the result from the mock exam I've taken a while back. Explain yourself. I'm asking how you managed to bring home these atrocious marks. My grades has plummeted quite considerably. Considering how I've always done in school, these results were bordering on the impossible. It was very strange. I felt pretty confident while writing the exam. There was no way my grades would be this horrible. After checking each and every corner of the report, I finally realized, crap. Some of the test questions and my answers were off by 1 line. The pattern of my corrections matched my answers. It was a fatal mistake, but what was done was done. I've been thinking about a lot of things, and my mind was a mess back then. I scribbled all over the test without checking it over. I tried to explain it to my father. I was careless and put my answers on the wrong lines. Do you honestly think you can fool me with such a feeble lie? I'm not lying, I really did make a mistake. I was having a hard time concentrating on the test. At the moment, I felt a sudden surge of anger. I didn't know why I was explaining this to him in the first place. I tell him the following sound annoying. It's just mock exam, so it doesn't really matter, right? It's for practice anyway. I just need to do well on the real thing. You have the audacity to tell me that it doesn't matter after showing me these results? Do you honestly expect me to believe you do well on the real exam? It wasn't like this when I was your age. I would have never once brought home a grade as poor as this. It can't be helped. I'm not you, after all. You're right. It appears that you don't bear any resemblance to me. Exactly. This never would have happened if you liked me. If you like me, you would never turn out so inferior. You seem to have taken after your mother, nothing good about her, that is. How dare he? With a crack, something inside me snaps. You're always like this. You're always being so stubborn and judging people by your own selfish standards. What's so great about you, huh? Am I just supposed to watch my son become a failure in life then? Whatever happened, this has nothing to do with you. You've never once taken good care of me anyway. Aren't you only thinking about yourself all the time? What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Even if you never decide to bring it up, I'm gonna take care of you for the rest of your life, so you can rest assured. Because even a person like you is still my father. I'll be sure to repay my gratitude for raising me. Even if I move out of this place, I'll make sure to send you money every month. I'll make sure that you live a pleasant life. Then that's settled, right? No objections? In exchange, once I find a job, don't even think about talking to me ever again. Don't even think about seeing my face ever again. Why, you brat? Oh, another slap. I was slapped in the face. A light flashed before my eyes before I can feel the pain. My pounding heart feels like it's crushing my insides. In my crumpled state, I look up. Without losing any strength, my gaze, I glare at my father. It was at the moment. Oh. Lucy entered the room. After looking around wondering what happened, she jumped in shock as she spots me. She approaches me and helps me up.
Master? どうしたのですか?
Nothing at all.
何でもないわけありません。頬が赤いです。
I said nothing. Move aside. 何でもない. It's not something you should be concerned about.
でも
I said move aside. After a short pause, she takes a tiny step back. At a moment, my father's gaze passes on to her. Is it because of that robot? His voice is quivering with rage. It must be. Ever since you brought that thing home, you begin to turn strange. You used to be a good boy who would never talk back to his father. Someone who had never stared at his father with such hatred in his eyes. All of this is the robot's fault. That robot is tearing you apart from the inside. What nonsense are you talking about? I opened my mouth to protest, but I immediately swallowed my words back down. I flinched after noticing my father's gaze. Ooh, what kind of gaze is that? He had a look of a maniac who was about to do something horrible. His fist was shaking uncontrollably. You started becoming twisted ever since the robot set foot in this house. The robot is leading you astray. Get away from my son, you filthy machine! Lucy looks troubled. My father slowly approaches her. Well, this face doesn't look troubled to me. Clearly intending to do something terrible to her, but it seemed like Lucy would never once thought about resisting in the first place. She continued to stand there even while quivering in fear, not intending to move no matter what horrible things my father might do to her. In desperation, I grabbed hold of Lucy's hand. Then I dashed out of the house with her. The father is weird. He's weird indeed. There's a lot of sweat trickling down my forehead. Lucy gives me a worried look as she wipes it off.
Master, 大丈夫ですか?
大丈夫.
お父様、とてもお怒りのようでした。マスターの心臓もとても早く鼓動しています。
じゃあ、歩いていきます。I think both of us need some time to cool our heads.
わかりました。お散歩ですね。
お散歩。散歩。Good. いいよ。
ご迷惑でなければ、ルーシーはあそこに行ってみたいです。
あそこ? I didn't even need to ask. If there was a single place that Lucy wanted to visit, it could only be there. The junkyard. Iko. Iko. I knew it. Some time has passed since our arrival at the junkyard. For the place to take a walk in, it isn't very romantic, but this is where Lucy wanted to be. Lucy's been standing silently with a blank stare. Ever since we came here, she's been staring at a certain spot along the ground. For some reason, she seems a little sad. Are you worrying about that again?
気を使ってると言いますと
What my father said.
ルーシーはやっぱり使えないロボットなのでしょうか全くお父様のお役に立てていないのでしょうか
I can't bring myself to answer that question. As long as she remains a robot, there's no way my father will ever find her helpful. I suddenly remember the look my father had in his eyes. I shudder as a chill runs down my spine. Expecting something like this to happen again in the future, I decide to tell Lucy the following. If my father ever tries to do something to you, then just run away.
逃げるのですか
Hey, その通り. I'm telling you to protect yourself. 自分で守ります. Don't just stand there like you did back then and run away. Got it? わかる?
それは命令ですか
命令です. It's an order.
それならわかりました
I begin to feel at ease. There's only so much the three laws of robotics can do to protect Lucy. With such an order given, I can finally relax and quit worrying about it so much.
と言いますと
My father may not need you, but at the very least, I'd like you to stay by my side. So try to be satisfied with just that. No matter what my father says, you can stay with me like this for all eternity. It was an embarrassing line that I put in a lot of effort to say, but for some reason, Lucy changed the subject.
マスターがおっしゃる永遠という時間はいつまでですか
いつまでだと? How long, you ask? I couldn't guess what kind of answer she was expecting. An eternity is an eternity. It means forever. There's no end.
無限とはどういう意味ですか
Nugento. Huh?
現実的に永遠に一緒にいるのは不可能だと思います人は
Robot.
年を取りますから
Stupid.
いつかは衰えて死んでしまいます考えたくはありませんがマスターもいつかは年を取ります
そうです
年
ね。
を取って老いていつかは人生の終わりを迎えます寿命には制限があります電力さえ供給できれば無限に稼働できるルーシーとは違いますマスターが死んでしまえばその時ルーシーは一人取り残されます
Welcome back. A little bit. So, prior to this, after the last episode, is that at the doctor's room, right? So the scientists were just telling her that the robotics, so-called robotics government or robotics body will not approve Lucy to be released because they are scared. Lucy is too lifelike, too human-like, and they are scared. So it's almost impossible for Lucy to become commercialized. Then fast forward to the current time is the father walked into my room, showed me a test paper that got very low marks because I did some mistake, and he was angry, and he think that it was low marks because of Lucy, and he got a sinister look on his face that he's gonna do crazy things to Lucy. So I brought Lucy out back to the junkyard where she wanted to be at, and we are viewing at the junkyard right now, telling her not to worry, give her an order that if my father were to do anything to her, please run away. Even though my father might not like you, even though you might not make my father happy, I need you by my side for eternity. And that's why she's asking, what is eternity? What is forever? And let's go back to the story.
永遠に一緒にいることができなくなります。マスターのおっしゃる永遠とはいつまでですか？
死んでまで。I ponder for a bit. If you want me to be realistic, it's until I die. 死んでまで。死ぬまで。その通り。The eternity I wish for is until my death. 死ぬまで。Most people live to 100 nowadays, so there's a lot of time left. It means that there's at least 80 years ahead of us. 80年. That's how long you need to stay by my side for.
80年。それがマスターの望む永遠ですか？
ええ、80年。ええ、時間は遠いですね。It's quite a long time.
その間、ルーシーはずっとマスターと一緒にいられるのですか？
Why not? What makes you say that? 何が I don't know. Lucy sound anxious. As if she was imagining something that could only happen in dreams.
ルーシーは怖いです。昔、研究所から捨てられた時のように、マスターにも捨てられるのが恐ろしいのです。
I told you I would never do that. In bigger font. I realized I'm raising my voice a little. I won't abandon you. I won't leave you behind like those irresponsible people at the lab did. So stop saying things like that.
今はそう言ってくれますが、これからのことは分かりません。
Okay.
日々技術は発展し、時代も変化します。今のルーシーは客観的に判断し、世界最高の製品です。
Hey, no need to show off.
自慢ではありません。事実を言っているまでです。
事実 The facts.
きっとルーシーより優れたアンドロイドは世界中どこを探してもないと思います。
So, well, that's probably true.
でも未来は違います。
未来は違います。
もうすぐルーシーより優れたアンドロイドが出てき始めるはずです。ルーシーのようにミスを連発せず、もっと優れた機能を持った優秀なアンドロイドが出てくるはずです。ルーシーのバグを直し、不必要な部分を修正したはるかに素晴らしいアンドロイドが出てくるはずです。デザインももっと美しくなるはずです。
Design will be a lot more pleasing to the eye, Curtis.
時代の変化に順応して未来にふさわしい姿に作られるでしょう。
Now this made me wonder how the ending will be like. This made me wonder, what is the problem? I think there isn't a problem. The problem haven't come out yet. We are just at the very beginning stage of the game where we don't see a problem yet.
きっと未来のアンドロイドはルーシーより全ての面において優れているはずです。ルーシーのようなものはただの骨董品として扱われるくらい世界は変わります。
What she's worried about is actually true. Will you use an electronic product for 80 years? Well, in the current age and time, there is no electrical product that can actually last you 50 years. In the past, I think yes lah. Like those CRT monitors, they can really last you 20 to 30 years. But nowadays, a flat screen TV can't even last you for more than 10 years. Wait, is flat screen TV out for 10 years already? Or for computer only lasts for 3 to 4 years? I mean, now I look at those Windows XPs like, oh cannot, I will go long pia. Nokia phone, they managed to last for 15 years, I guess. But 80 years is kind of a long stretch.
一つの単純な仕事を繰り返す今の機械と同じ扱いを受けるかもしれません。
Unless you keep the main chip and then keep upgrading with other stuff, maybe it's possible.
そんな未来でもマスターはルーシーをずっと使ってくれるのですか？
もちろん。
最先端のアンドロイドの代わりに骨董品になったルーシーをずっと使ってくれるのですか？
もちろん。もちろん。Yeah。もちろん。10
年後も20年後も30年後もルーシーをずっと使ってくれると確信できますか？
もちろん。
ルーシーは分かりません。
へえ。
未来のマスターは今ここにいるマスターとは違う人になってしまいます。
True. Human hearts change.
今ここでルーシーを好きでいてくれるマスターとは違う人になってしまいます。
True.
本質が変わってしまいますから。
Yeah, that's why I say people change.
社会を経験し、世の中を経験し、記憶は拡張して、時代は変わる。もしかすると残酷な人生に疲れ果て、心が病んでしまうかもしれません。
What? Why are you cursing me?
そんな未来のマスターが今のように感性を維持していられるか、今と同じ気持ちを維持できるか、ルーシーには分かりません。
Hold on, give me a while. Okay. The thing about Android is that they're gonna grow old and never look mature if they are built to be very young. Yeah, so it's a good thing, what? You see, 20多岁的男生喜欢20多岁的女生，30多岁的男生喜欢20多岁的女生，40多岁的男生喜欢20多岁的女生，50多岁的男生还是喜欢20多岁的女生，所以20多岁的女生是很抢手的。
だからルーシーは怖いのです。マスターの言う永遠というのがただ夢のようにだけ感じられて、
夢のように。
だから怖いのです。
Curti and his pervertness. I become silent for a moment. There is a possibility that my future self might look down on the current me. I speak up once more. It's just as you say, I can't guarantee anything. Who knows what might happen until the actual time comes. But still, I'm confident that I won't change. Because it's not like I want just any decent android. That's right. I wasn't keeping Lucy around just for the sake of convenience, nor for her features. I want you for who you are, Lucy. Lucy doesn't reply immediately.
それでは、そのルーシーは誰ですか？
へえ。どういう意味ですか？ What do you mean? どういう意味ですか？
マスターが見つめるルーシーは誰ですか？
あなたです。
マスターが一緒にいたいというルーシーは誰ですか？マスターが一番求めているのはルーシーのどんな部分ですか？
This summer asked Curti, which part of Lucy does Master desire the most? 意味わかんない。I don't understand.
ルーシーが今の姿のまま80年間も稼働するのは不可能です。きっと数年後には問題が発生するはずです。
True? Because you're a robot? You deteriorate.
特定の部位が錆びつくかもしれませんし、重要なたくさんの部品が壊れるかもしれません。
That's what I said. Maintenance then.
そうなれば使えなくなった部品をずっと交換し続けなくてはなりません。手も交換して足も交換して顔まで交換するようになって、あれこれたくさんのパーツを交換し始めると最後には何も残らなくなるかもしれません。結局は本来のルーシーでなくなるかもしれません。そうやって変わってしまったルーシーもマスターは気に入ってくれますか？
She talked a lot today, huh? Hi, Mushi, welcome. Okay, so again with a very short summary. Okay, so today's episode start with the in the lab. So Lucy tell the scientist that she's very interested in knowing her new master. When can I meet my master? I want to know when can I meet the master. Then the scientist a bit sad because the robotics Federation, robotics, whatever higher ups lah, don't allow Lucy to be published to the public because they are too scared of Lucy. She's too human-like. They scared that if they release Lucy to the public, she might eventually take over the world or something like that. So the scientist is a bit sad that the publishing of Lucy might not be possible. It is impossible. So next scene is the dad walk into the room with a test paper with very low marks. He's very angry with me that I have a very low test marks. So then I realized that I screw up the test because question 2 answer I put at question 1 like staggered up lah. So most of the things got wrong, and then the father suddenly go crazy, think that since the robot came into the house, you become like that. Then he got a very sinister, evil look and stare at Lucy, and he's walking towards Lucy. So I just grab Lucy's hand, run out of the house, come to the junkyard, and then telling Lucy that don't worry, even though my dad won't like you, I won't need you. Stay by my side for eternity, and I give you an order that if ever my father want to do anything to you, just run away. That's an order. What else? So yeah, I tell Lucy, stay by my side for eternity. So Lucy is asking me, what is eternity? What is this? What is that? Then now back to this question. The appearance doesn't matter. People get plastic surgery all the time, but that doesn't change who they really are on the inside. And that also applies to you, because you still have your memories.
そうでしょうか。
Lucy sound uncertain.
人は記憶を通じて自分を確立します。特別なことのない記憶は絶対的であり、でもルーシーの場合は違います。ルーシーは保存されたメモリーをもとに自ら認識し、行動のアルゴリズムがそれを補助します。
アルゴリズム。
でもこれは絶対的ではありません。
どうして？
ルーシーの行動パターンや成功はたった1秒のアップデートだけで簡単に変えることができます。
Why is she so insecure?
ルーシーの記憶もやはりいくらでも上書きできます。修正されるかもしれません。マスターと一緒に過ごした記憶もクリック一つで全て白紙になるかもしれません。それに紙を印刷するようにいくらでも複製できます。ルーシーにおいて記憶も交換できるパーツと同じなのです。人の記憶のように唯一無二ではありません。 ルーシーをなす構成パーツの中に唯一無二のものは一つも存在しません。ルーシーに客体としての価値はありません。
True, you're an object.
面白い例を一つ挙げてみます。一方にはルーシー A がいます。ルーシーの体をそのまま持っていますが、ルーシーの記憶は持っていません。反対にルーシー B がいます。顔も姿も体型も全て異なりますが、代わりにルーシーの記憶を持っています。この場合、どちらがマスターの望む本当のルーシーですか？
What will you choose? Will there be a choice that
マ
coming
スタ
up?
ーはどちらを本物のルーシーと判断し、どちらを選択しますか？
It was a question based off the ship of Thetis. Thesis. Ah, yeah. Lucy A or Lucy B? Choose both. You can choose both. Body, pervert shit you. I don't think you can choose both, right? Let's see what happens if you choose both. Yeah, I also think about memories. I will choose both.
どういう意味ですか？
Well, I know both Lucys very well, right? So I will choose both of them.
そうやって適当に選んでもいいのですか？
I'm not being careless. It's an excellent choice that came up after giving it a lot of thought. When you look at the games or manga, harem endings are always the best, right? Nani? It's the only solution that satisfies everyone.
そうでしょうか。
Whoa.
みんなが不幸になるような感じがしますが。
So Whoa. I made a very good correct answer, isn't it? Shut up. Ursai. Lucy smiled calmly. How can she take this as an answer? I wish she was a parent bearing with a child's immature outburst. It bothered me a little. Come on. What's with the face?
ルーシーはルーシーに自信がありません。
どうして自信
唯
がある？
一無二なものを一つも持っていないルーシーに果たしてどれほどの価値があるのか分かりません。このような言葉を聞いたことありますか？人は死んで名を残すと。
True.
動物は死んだら家族を残します。それならロボットは世の中に何を残すのでしょうか？
Memories.
ロボットは後に錆びついて動けなくなる時までこの世に何を残せるのでしょうか？
History. 歴史。わからない。I don't know. I guess you can leave behind your body parts.
残酷すぎますね。ルーシーはですね、もう少し意味のあるものを残したいです。
Like what?
例えば、そうですね。ルー
Memories.
シーが残したいのは思い出です。
I knew it. I told ya. Memories.
はい。ルーシーは自分に何の価値も見出せませんから。少なくてもマスターの記憶の中にいるルーシーの姿から価値を見出したいです。
You will definitely live in Kurt's memory. No worries.
一生懸命、もっともっと一生懸命マスターのお役に立ちながらマスターの記憶の中から価値のあるルーシーの姿を生み出したいです。ルーシー・バレンタインという存在をはっきりと刻み込みたいです。ですからいつまでもルーシーを覚えてくれると嬉しいです。マスターの記憶の中でいい形で永遠に生き続けること、 それがルーシーの望む永遠ですから。
The eternity that Lucy wished for is my memories of her. And this is, yeah, no horror. Most likely no horror. This is what the title is, guys. Lucy, the eternity she wished for, right? That is the eternity Lucy's wishes for. I nod at her words. I understand what she's saying, but that's not what I want. Something like that isn't what I desire. Well, now that I've calmed down a little bit, let's head back.
お父様はまだ怒っているのではないですか？
Why not? What kind of night? We'll find out once we get there. Dun, 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 dun. I enter the house. I don't hear anyone, but I see my father's shoes. Could he be taking a nap? He's burning your room. It'd be a blessing if we didn't run into each other. Carefully, without making any sound, I enter my room. It's in a mess. I betcha it's in a mess. Your father is an ass. Dream of electric sheep. Hey? Lucy. Oh, we can see from Lucy's point of view. すごいですね。Lucy is cleaning her room. She appears to be in a good mood today. The room isn't very messy, but that's not only because Lucy has been watching diligently. Even though the room isn't messy, Lucy continues to clean as usual. It's already become a part of her daily routine. Without allowing a single speck of dust to fall onto the floor, Lucy proceeds with clinical efficiency. Speck of dust? I need 44 of them. Lucy glides across the floor with a vacuum cleaner. She does each and every corner and organizes the pile of books on the desk. She hangs up the jacket into the closet and places the folded underwear inside the various drawers. She repeats this process. Not too long after, she finally stretches her back. Then she wipes her forehead with the back of her hand.
やっと終わりました。
The way she massages her waist while letting out a deep breath is no doubt the appearance of a typical woman. She stares at the sky through a window.
今日は天気がいいですね。
It's been a while since the warm, sunny weather. Compared to the chilly weather she's been seeing lately, this was quite rare. The sunlight is faintly shining down from the sky.
これからも今日のように暖かい日が続くといいですね。
It's almost time for our master to return from school. She makes her way towards the living room to finish up the rest of the chores. When will Lucy go to school? Never. I don't think she's... Oh? When Lucy arrived in the living room, she tilted her head in confusion. It was because she had heard something. It's her father's voice. Shit. He's gonna do something to her. She can't make out what he's saying, but he's speaking quite loudly. It doesn't seem like he's just talking to himself. Soon enough, Lucy hears the voice of another person. It's a woman.
お客様でも来てるのでしょうか。
With careful steps, Lucy makes her way towards his room. But she suddenly stops to think. She's reminded of father's frightening demeanor. She might get scolded again if she runs into him. Feeling a little scared, Lucy stops at the base of the door. From there, she cautiously peers into the room. 偷看，两颗戏。Nani? she sees father. He's talking to a lady that Lucy's unfamiliar with. She looks like she's in her early 30s. Lucy quietly mutters to herself.
誰でしょうか。初めて見る方ですね。
Being careful not to get caught, she listens in while keeping her distance. Her sensitive ears begin to pick up their voices clearly. I blame everything on the robot. Nothing's been going well ever since that thing came along.
ルーシーの話をしているのでしょうか。
Of course lah, but then Lucy knows that eavesdropping is bad, but overcome by her curiosity, she continues to listen. My son has started acting strange. He was never like this before. Am I seriously gonna voice a woman? Are you sure? I'm always feared. Yes, I'm sure he's been a little on the quiet side, but he's still used to be a good kid. Well, if you say so, dear. No, stepmother, I guess.
マスターのお母様のようですね。
Stepmother. Lucy came to that conclusion from the way that woman was talking to father. She had heard once from master that the father had remarried with a young secretary, but it seems that she doesn't stop by these places very often. Pretty or not, show face leh. Now I see your face. I've been thinking something was up, but I've never thought his condition would be so severe. He's completely out of it. To think that he's confusing a robot with a human being. That's just like what has been on the news lately. How can a young boy like him lack such common sense? Confusing a machine with a person? The robot is strange. It's eerily realistic. It's far better at copying people than other models. I've seen the sly contraption laugh and cry. Didn't you say once she has quite the looks too? Since she's just like a person and listens to his every command, I can see how it could be problematic for a boy his age. But still, she's just a robot. Perhaps he's having trouble at school? Trouble? Don't they say this often? That unsociable children are usually the ones that get attached to androids? Since they have trouble getting along with people, they grow close to androids instead. Robots are always willing to listen to them, unlike people. It's clear that he's having trouble with his school life. I wouldn't know, since he rarely ever talk about what happens at school. Anyway, it's certain that the robot is the cause of all these problems, there's no doubt. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Isn't it obvious? What do you mean? Why don't you just go destroy it? What? Go dispose of it. The robot's the reason behind all this, right? Her words were followed by a moment of silence. But then you will really be upset about it. Isn't it just like a toy anyway? When his condition improves, we can always buy him a new one. It's not as simple as that. The robots look a bit special. Then why are you planning to leave things the way they are? You think his feelings are more important than his feature? Something must be done about this, right? Yeah. Then just get rid of it. Go smash it into pieces or set it on fire, whatever. Father appeared to be mulling over it. You're right. That robot is the cause of all this. If that robot disappears, if that robot gets out of our way, everything will soon return to normal. Nani? No. Lucy, it's time to run. Don't give that half-closed eyes, Lucy. Nigero! That was as far as Lucy could listen. She couldn't bring herself to stay any longer. She started to walk away from them, looking sullen. Correction, she tried to get away. Baka. GG Lucy. End of stream, bye bye. While scrambling to leave, Lucy bumped into a nearby display containing a jar. She managed to catch it just in time to prevent it from crashing onto the floor, but she made a lot of noise in the process. Who's there? Father and the woman rushed out of the room. Oh, finally you can see how the woman looked like. It's you. Were you listening? Lucy makes an excuse while putting the jar back in its place.
申し訳ございません。わざと盗み聞きするつもりではありませんでした。
Why are you so honest? Why? That's enough. More. It makes everything a lot easier then. I order you to leave this house. We have no use for you. There's nothing we need from you in this household. So leave.
でも、マスターは。
My son doesn't need you either. He's only confused because he's young. You're not being of any help to my son. You're only causing him to suffer. So run along. Forever disappear from our sight.
ルーシーは。
Lucy stood in a timid posture, but her voice was as firm as ever.
失礼ですが、ルーシーはそう思いません。
What? Nani?
ルーシーはきっと。
Excuse me.
ルーシーはきっとマスターのお役に立てていると思います。
In the past, she wouldn't have been able to say this for sure, but now it's different. She continues to speak with great confidence.
マスターが言ってくれました。ルーシーが必要だと言ってくれました。ですからルーシーは出て行きたくありません。これからもずっとマスターのお役に立ちたいです。
Alright. It doesn't seem like we will get anywhere by talking. Father disappears off somewhere. A moment later, he returns with a container filled with gasoline in his hand. Huh? He pours the gasoline onto Lucy. Hey Lucy, you dumb, you cannot move. Hello? You're a robot. The gasoline makes a loud splash as it makes contact with Lucy. She soon becomes drenched from top to bottom. Hey, you doesn't look strange. Okay, you does look drenched. Lucy stands in silence with the gasoline covering her body. Father takes out the lighter and flicks it on. Flicks it on. He holds the lighter threateningly close. This is my last warning. Leave if you do not wish to turn into a pile of ashes. And don't you dare come back. If I'm Lucy, I say, burn. I'm fireproof. I'm titanium. I am titanium. Stay out of my son's life forever. Lucy silently observed her slimy body.
ルーシーは。
どうしよう? What should Lucy do? Lucy tries asking herself, but there isn't anyone that could give her an answer. Without knowing what to do, Lucy remains standing still for quite a long time. Her body is designed to be able to withstand intense heat for a short while, but it won't be long before she begins to melt. Lucy suddenly remembers Master's order. Run away if she's in danger. That was the order. Melee this. Lucy didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do, but she decided to leave the scene first. Staying here would be going against the second and third law of robotics. In order to prevent that, Lucy begins to move. Yeah. The second law is must follow master order, right? The order is to... Then the third law is to protect yourself, right? So she need to follow master order and protect herself. Sayonara. Stupid dad. Burn you. With a sad look, Lucy leaves. Don't even think about showing up here ever again. If you do, you better be prepared to pay the price. I'm in no way exaggerating. Keep that in mind. 为什么世界上会有这种人? All Lucy did was to give the ground a lonely stare. Did she really have to part with Master like this? With a heavy heart, she made her way outside, leaving behind a slimy trail of gasoline. Father followed after to make sure she left. Hey, come on, such a cute robot. 你怎么舍得? Once outside, Lucy found herself staring at the sky absent-mindedly. It was bright and sunny out, which has been a rare sight in the recent weeks. Lucy stopped near the tracks momentarily as she stared into the sky. Then she smiled brightly. It was a refreshing smile free of all cares in the world. Don't give a fuck.
今日は本当に天気がいいですね。
She thought it would be good weather to go for a picnic. Hey, so you're gonna go for a picnic? Alone? With no food? Okay, 3 laws. Second, must obey all orders. Wait. Did it just glitch? Cause I saw the game just glitch. Do you see that? If she was to get burned, the house should also burn down, right? Yeah, the father stupid, right? You burn the robot, then she run around touching everything. Everything 着火. As soon as classes were over, I prepared to leave. Dr. Gear struck out a conversation with me immediately after the bell, which was a real bother. I couldn't really pay attention to what he was saying. It was something along the lines of him wanting to hang out with Lucy again, but I ignored him. I set aside his demands and headed home alone. It feels like I've been getting home a lot earlier lately, and it's really true. I started going straight home after school. In the past, I would aimlessly wander the streets to pass some time. Please lah, if my house got such a love... Wait. Okay, I'll refrain from continuing that sentence and let's continue with the story. In the past, I would aimlessly wandered the streets to pass some time. But I can no longer do that because there's someone waiting for me at home. I should say, I'm also like that. If there's someone so pretty at home waiting for me at home, of course I'll rush home early. That's what I've been doing every day. Isn't that right? 差一点酿成大祸. I would never imagine in the past that this would ever happen. Who knew going home could be this exciting? I wonder what we'll talk about today. I wonder what kind of faces she'll make, what kind of stupid things she'll say. I wonder what about the most pointless things, the pointless things that I was so excited to see. I enjoyed chatting with her about the dumbest things. How much do I enjoy it? Well, I feel as if my life has been purposely so dull and boring up to this point in order to make up for my fated meeting with Lucy. To the point where I begin my silly thoughts like this, that's how much I enjoy it. Even I think that sounds corny, but I can't help it. It can't help it. Because emotions are not something anyone can easily control, I decided to beat up my seat, just so I'll be able to meet Lucy a little faster. No, you will not see her. She's not at home. She's gasoline drenched. It was when I almost arrived home that I began to feel something terrible was about to happen. I didn't understand why, but I could feel it in the air. Ooh, the main character's power. Something ominous. I quickened my pace even more. I was practically running. The main character's sixth sense. What? I couldn't believe what was happening before my eyes. I felt my knees giving way. What kind of sick joke is this? My mouth hung wide open and refused to close. What the shit? Lucy. Lucy was on fire. Her entire body was burning up, in the place where she always used to stand while waiting for my return. While engulfed in flames, she was staring at me. My head went blank. The fuck? I couldn't process what was happening at all. How did this happen? Lucy? I didn't feel that the Lucy in front of me was real. It felt as if I was dreaming. I laid a hand on top of Lucy. Hey, you burn your hand, boy. It was hot. It was scorching hot. How to join the game? The pain helped me return to my senses. I charged inside the house. My father is standing in my way trying to speak to me. I could not comprehend what he's saying. I pushed him aside and entered the house. I screamed. While running wild like a maniac, I screamed at the top of my lungs. I pranced around the house in a crazed feat. My vision is turning blurry because of all the tears. Only then I finally realized that I'm crying. The tears are making it difficult to see where I'm going. I head towards the living room in an attempt to locate the fire extinguisher. Oh. And there it is. Wait. Do your house have fire extinguisher? Because my house don't have. I don't think Singaporeans keep What? Really? Oh shit, really? My house don't have it. My mama's house don't have. My mom's house also don't have. Really? I didn't know. Maybe I should go buy one tomorrow. After finding the fire extinguisher, I ran as hard as I could with it. I'm in such a hurry that I stupidly fall over with a loud crash. But it doesn't matter. My knees seem to be bruised, but it doesn't matter. Without any delay, I get right back up and continue running. I yank out the safety pin, aim the hose at Lucy and release the payload. Release the payload! Faster, faster! Faster, faster! Release the payload! Praying that the fire will be put out just a little faster. I continue to spray. Oh man, these 5 sentences are so misleading. After a short while, the fire vanishes like magic. But wow, the EF also very high. But the Lucy revealed beneath the fire didn't look so too good. I gazed at the various patches of her skin that were melted off. Her condition isn't as severe as I thought it would be. Most likely thanks to her fire-resistant skin. I can't see her very well due to blurred vision after all. Lucy? As if my word could hurt her, I called out to her delicately. Oh, okay. That's cool, Curty. Don't need to have. There's no reply. Her eyes are closed. There's no response coming from her at all. What are you doing? Answer me! I anxiously wait for her reply. I wait for her to open her mouth, but her relentless lips refuse to facilitate my desires. They refuse to listen to my earnest request. Lucy, this is an order. Answer me. Answer me, damn it! I try yelling, but it doesn't change anything. Her eyelids are closed tightly shut and wouldn't budge. What have you done? Triple the font. I turn to face my father. Are you happy now? Are you proud of yourself? I've done nothing wrong. He refused to listen to me until the very end, even though I told him many times to leave. All I did was get rid of something worthless. Why? Why do you have to go this far? It's about time you open your eyes. What's lying before you is not a dead person. It's just a broken down robot. Nothing more, nothing less. It's only a broken machinery. You can always buy another one to replace it. It's not something to get so worked up over. Oh, like that ah? Go to his room, take his laptop, throw out the window, smash it. It's just a broken machinery, what? Gangster back. I feel my insides, okay, chotomate. Convulsing. Confusing. Suffer violent, involuntary contraction of the muscles. Okay, his muscles are contracting. A faint, sorrowful voice flows out of my mouth. I don't know anymore. I just don't. When we're able to do something like this, without a second thought, I don't know if we humans are really better than androids. I don't know what part of human nature makes us better than Lucy. I just don't know anymore. Dun, dun, dun. What? People take pride in being human, and people do not want to lose their power to govern the world. That is why they fear robots, avoid robots, show contempt for robots, and eventually do something like this without batting an eyelash. Can we say for sure that compared to this android lying on the ground, compared to Lucy, are we humans truly more deserving to exist on this planet? I wasn't so sure anymore. Ma. Then I suddenly heard a voice. It was Lucy's voice. Lucy. 让我看看你。She sounded strained, as if her light was about to flicker out at any second. Her body was damaged to the point that it was almost painful to look at. She broke the third rule when, but she still retained her usual voice that I have been longing for. If she don't listen to Master, if she never listen to Master's order, she'll break the second rule. If she never protect herself, she'll break the third rule. Oh, she break both. She didn't run away, and she get herself injured. Oh yeah, true Curti, you were right. I thought if you break any rules, you will like shut down or something. Her eyes were firmly locked onto my face. Are you alright? Daijoubu?
大丈夫です。
Hey. Like that, Daijobu? Her voice are quivering uncontrollably. Her body is also making a lot of strange crackling noises. I'm not reading that comment, thank you, Gertie. She doesn't look alright at all. She looks as if she's about to seize up at any moment. And yet, despite such hindrance, she was trying hard. She was trying hard to say something. She's in such a pitiful state, yet she spoke so calmly. She sounded as if she was trying her best to make me feel at ease. Her stolid composure made my chest tighten. Yeah, man, she did. The three laws of robotics. The unescapable chains humans has bestowed on robots. Is she trying to say that she's in this state only because she broke the laws? Is she trying to say that the fire had nothing to do with it? I feel a sudden surge of anger welling up inside me. You idiot! What did I tell you? Run away! I told you to run away if something ever happens to you. I thought I'd make it very clear. I even ordered you to. Why didn't you listen? Why did you listen and let yourself get hurt? After hearing those words, Lucy tried to smile. She tried her hardest to smile. Her voice was so faint that I couldn't make out what she was saying. Nani? Wow, her own promise override the rules of robotics. Wow, she's broken. Yeah, but not on fire, right? It's like, hi, welcome back, I'm on fire. Traumatic experience. Are you serious, Gertie? Can you take a selfie and then send me? Take a selfie of yourself crying and then send me. Shikashi, but that was just a promise. Shikashi, yakusuku, dagade. You didn't have to wait for me. I told you that wasn't an order. You could just ignore it. A weak smile formed on her face. えー、
ルーシーが約束を破ったら帰ってきて、もしルーシーがいなかったら、そうなったらきっとマスターは悲しむでしょうから。
How Diane can keep talking for so long? Because she's a robot?
最初に見た悲しそうなマスターの顔を。
Amo good Guamo. Is he still voicing movies?
もう見たくはありませんので。ですから約束を破るわけにはいきませんでした。
And like that, she continued to sprout nonsense. Nonsense that only a true robot can fathom.
ルーシーには責任がありますから。マスターのそばにいるという責任がありますから。マスターを幸せにする責任がありますから。その責任はきっとルーシーの命より大切なものですから。絶対に守らないといけませんから。
What? That doesn't make any sense at all. How am I supposed to be happy after seeing you like this? Yeah. Oh no. I understood the implications behind such abnormal movements, that she was making her final struggle, that I would never be able to hear her voice again, that she would never be able to come in to greet me again, or making me angry with her silliness, or likely caressing my forehead. The tears are blurring my vision, making it hard to see. I hastily wipe my wet eyes clean.
泣かないでください。ルーシーは大丈夫です。
Oh, I tell you what, if this is an anime, I think I would really cry. I could not understand the meaning behind her words. What could possibly be fine? Is this really fine for you? Ending it like this, are you really okay with that?
覚えていてくれるのなら、ルーシーをいつまでも覚えていてくれるのでしたら、ルーシーは満足です。ルーシーの姿がマスターの中で永遠に生き続けるのなら、それならルーシーは満足です。それこそルーシーが求めていた。
I understood what she was about to say, the eternity she wished for. Not in the literal sense, but the true eternity we have discussed in the past.
覚えていてくれるのでしたら後悔はしません。
Okay, she died. End of stream, end of game. That's all. Thank you for the 6 hours that Lucy gave me.
自信があります。だから覚えていてくれますよね。永遠にルーシーの姿を覚えていてくれますよね。
You're being too selfish. Acting on your own like that. Even if you're fine with the whole situation, if you have no regrets, what am I supposed to do? Now that she's leaving me behind, what am I supposed to do? Lucy's head is shaking a little.
遠くなってきました。困りましたね。まだ返事を聞けていないのに。
Her voice is gradually changing. The crystal clear voice she once had is now turning into a garbled mess. Just like when we first met. Just like back then when she used to be a completely useless.
覚えていてくれますか？
Lucy's fingers are twitching.
死を覚えていてくれますか？
Nonetheless, Lucy continues to press on. With a voice that might cut off at any second, she's still desperately trying to hear my answer. I have to make up my mind. After seeing her struggle, I have to make up my mind right here and now, while holding back the cries welling up inside. I give her a nod with my tear-stricken face. I will remember you, damn it. Lucy smiles.
よかったです。やっと願いが叶いまし。
Her eyes turn grey. Lucy, Lu. Oh, thank you for the 6 hours that these games gave us. That was the end of it. That was the end of this game. With that, the conversation never went on. With that, she no longer responded to my cries. The light never returned to her eyes. Now those eyes will no longer meet my gaze. She will no longer smile at me, and she won't be coming back for all eternity. In the end, it was just like she wished for. I can say for sure that she will clearly be engraved in my memories. And with that, this pain will be remembered forever. I will never be able to forget it, even if I wanted to. Now I have no choice but to remember, no matter how mentally exhausted and degraded I become, no matter how painful it becomes. Now I have no choice but to remember her existence, to remember her name, Lucy Valentine, and all the unpleasant memories that come along with it. That was what she wished for, and it was something unbearably cruel for me to endure. If you tell me this is the end of this game, I won't believe it, because this game has such high ratings. It won't get such a high... ratings just like that, right? The fuck? Are you serious? Huh? Seriously? Is it because I chose the wrong options that's why she died so early? Hey, this is bullshit lah. Wait. Let me Google. 95% rating eh. really just like that? I knew it. Not finish it. Not finish it. Hey! You listening? Cheer up. Oh, come on, what's wrong with you? You're even making me depressed. This is why I warn you not to get attached to her so much. Robots are robots, humans are humans. You're hurt because you couldn't tell the two apart. You crossed the line that wasn't meant to be crossed, and I make it so clear for you too. I warn you that you'll be only one hurt in the end. Ah, really, how foolish of you. I remain silent. I have nothing to say. Well, now that I think about it, maybe this turned out to be a pretty good experience for you after all. I raised my head up to look at him. The fact that you finally learned your lesson makes it all worth it, I think. It may have been a harsh lesson, but wasn't there some merit to it? You should know this better than anyone else. Well, I guess you're right. Let us start enjoying life properly. What do you mean? There are a lot more interesting things in life than androids. So let's go find out what's in store for us. Because to be honest, we devoted a huge chunk of our lives just to study, right? It's time for us to catch up on all the fun stuff. How about you give me an example? Alright. First, we should try to know some girls. You sound as if you haven't been trying. That's just mean. Anyway, there are always women out there who are more attractive than Lucy. And of course, women with better figures too. Although you won't be dealing with a robot, there must be someone who's as nice as Lucy. With a woman like that, you should try getting into a serious relationship and go traveling to all kinds of different places together and make lots of special memories. Let's try all the fun things we've missed out on. And eventually you'll be able to move on from this incident. Well, doesn't it sound exciting? It doesn't sound like what a person with SATs coming up in the next couple of days would say. Haha, that's true. But whatever, we're both responsible people. And on top of that, studying should not be your biggest concern right now. He gives me a poke on my chest. I tilt my head in confusion. Curing this place right here is our top priority. Yeah, it might be good to go all out and enjoy myself from time to time. Yeah, you're excited too, right? I'm telling you, things will definitely pick up from now on. Just trust me and look forward to it. So come on, cheer up. Brush off the dust and get back up. I don't know, will Lucy appear? I don't know. To those words, I gave a small nod. I genuinely appreciated him going this far to cheer me up. And at the same time, I felt apologetic. Man, you look like you have gone to hell and back. I'm sorry. About what? I couldn't keep my promise, even though I said I would take good care of her. Huh. I was wondering what you're going about. That's not something you should be apologizing to me about, is it? There's no point. And just in case there's any hope left inside of Ya, I'll make it clear again. Her body, her memory chips, and everything else, they were all completely destroyed in the fight. This isn't something even I can handle. I'm waving the white flag. She's a goner. Even if you went to the genius who made Lucy, she probably wouldn't be able to fix her up. I know. Alright, as long as you understand. There's a moment of calm. The atmosphere is heavy with silence. Can I ask you something? What is it? Do you regret it? Regret it? Yeah, about finding out about Lucy. Do you regret it? I pondered for a moment. If I'd known that it would end like this, maybe it would have been better not to have met Lucy at all. If I have never found out about her existence, if I never picked her up at the junkyard in the first place, maybe I could have been much happier. I tried to place myself in a different scenario. Nope. I don't regret it. Laughter suddenly escapes my mouth. Without hesitation, I reply to the repairman's question. I don't particularly regret it, and I don't plan on doing so in the future. I see. The repairman quietly stared at me for a good long while. Anyway, I've been short on hands around here lately. Short on hands? Yeah, would you ever consider working here? I can't afford to pay you that much, but if you're alright with that, I'm willing to take you in. You can build up some work experience. I'll teach you a lot of things. It'd be tough to find someone as skilled as I am, you know. So how about it? Normally I would be inclined to take up such an offer, but now things were different. Well, working here doesn't sound particularly bad. I'm sure to think it over. With that said, I headed towards the exit. Sky, 20 years later, I created a new Lucy and implanted her memory chip from the previous model, and then Lucy revived. Da 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 da. Yeah, Nani? I opened the door and stepped outside. I was immediately greeted by the chill wind of autumn. While zipping up my jacket, I looked up towards the sky. I spotted a glint of sunlight shining through the cracks between the clouds. For some reason, I found the spectacle mesmerizing. It was truly breathtaking, even on this cold day. I'm sure Lucy would have loved to see this sight. Just thinking about it made me laugh. Okay, now let's do a perfect walkthrough. Shall we? Wait. Extra. An old man's wish. Wait, achievement? Found Lucy, assisted Lucy, kept the flyer. An old man's wish? What's this? It was early morning. The chirping of birds we heard through the window. The old man, who was like Slipper, slowly opened his eyes. Lazily sitting up in bed, he scowled at the almost blinding sunlight. Then he slowly rose, walked all over the windows and closed the curtains. As the curtain came to a halt, everything became quieter, as if he had muted the television. Darkness engulfed the 16 square meter size room. Even after opening his eyes, the old man continued to sit on his bed, staring into empty space. It appeared he hadn't fully woken up yet. Pardon my intrusion. There was a sudden knock on the door, followed by a feminine voice oddly devoid of emotion, which caused the old man to snap out of his trance. The old man slowly moved his gaze towards the entrance of the room with an indifferent stare. A woman young enough to be his granddaughter made an appearance at the door. Breakfast is ready. Her words lacked the kindness expected in such a family relationship. The former rigid manner of was reminiscent of how an employee would address their superior. "Bring it here." Obeying the old man's order, she quietly entered the room. PRM 023. She placed the food upon a fold-up table beside his bed. It was a light meal consisting of toast with scrambled eggs and bacon, and a lovely salad containing a wide variety of vegetables served with coffee. Instead of expressing gratitude for bringing his meal or giving a morning greeting, the old man decided to say something else. "What time is it?" "Ima, it is currently 6:12 a.m. Master has woken up 4 minutes later than average this month." Her voice sounded noticeably unnatural and dull, yet the old man did not seem to mind. Lifting his cup of coffee from the table, he took a sip. The balance between the amount of coffee mix and water was nothing short of perfect. She was aware on how the old man preferred his coffee and had been providing the same coffee every day without fail. It's not just the coffee. The breakfast laid out before the old man was also the result of carefully calculated balance between his tastes and required nutrient intake. Silveroids. They're androids that specifically cater to the elderly. With the changes in society and advancements in technology, traditional familial duties are becoming outdated. Nowadays, it's rare to see people taking care of their aging parents themselves. Instead, they'll give them a premium silveroid as their designated caretaker. The old man once more skimmed through the newspaper article he read a few days ago. It said that the gratitude of the offspring correlates to how advanced of a silveroid model they send to their parents. The one in front of him is PIM series model, undoubtedly considered one of the best out there. "Master!" Seeing that the old man had stopped moving, the android voiced her concern. From those words, the old man awoke from his daydream and proceeded to carry a piece of toast to his mouth. While crunching down on a familiar crispness, he began to reminisce about the past. "Now that I think about it, it's been quite a while since you first arrived here." It wasn't any visible reaction from the android. She continued to stare into the air while maintaining a rigid posture. "How long has it been since your arrival?" "It's been exactly 10 years. "I see. Time sure flies." She was the present his son had bought for his birthday after the old man retired from his work. Technically, the android in front of him was not the same model he received back then, but an upgraded version of it. Whenever the old man's birthday neared, his son would religiously send a new revision of the model. Then the memory chip from the previous version would be inserted into the new one. The Silver has gone through 6 upgrades so far. Apparently, many new features were added with each successive generation, yet the old man had difficulty understanding the subtle variations. The unfamiliarity of the new models only made him feel uncomfortable. "Master!" From her repeated calls of master, the old man shifted his focus back to the meal. "It's nothing. Could it be the master is not feeling well? When people get old, they naturally turn sentimental. It can't be helped." After letting out a small sigh, the old man placed a trembling hand on his forehead. "Old memories just keep coming back to me even when I'm trying to rest." "Does master mean good memories?" "Yes, there's some good ones. Good or bad, they all come back through. Come back though." She was an android he once had actively rejected, yet being left alone after a recent divorce had somewhat altered his views. As an old man who had only paid attention to work in his life, it was obvious that he wouldn't be able to handle the housework on his own. He tried hiring live-in housekeepers but found the arrangement too uncomfortable, and it wasn't in his preference to live together with someone unfamiliar. After he had experienced numerous failures, he had finally decided to try the Silveroid. He still had a lot of trouble with the robot at first. She nitpicked about the smallest things and ambushed him in the washroom every day with her examinations and whatnot. The first year was very stressful for him. However, humans are adaptive creatures. With time, he eventually adjusted to her routine, keeping his complaints down to a minimum. In fact, he had become so dependent upon the convenience of having an android that the old man wasn't sure that he would ever be able to survive without one. This old man is the main character or the main character's father. I have to get up now. Take this away. The android put on a puzzled expression as the old man weakly set down his fork. Master is finished, but Master have not met the recommended nutrient intake. I don't feel too hungry today. Then just to be safe, today's morning examination will be more extensive than usual. I expect nothing out of the ordinary, but there's nothing wrong with being cautious. How am I supposed to find the time for it? I have to go open my shop. The old man rose as he stubbornly replied. Master must not avoid the examination entirely. If Master insists, I will do my best to get through it as quick as possible. The old man clicked his tongue in annoyance. Only a few years ago he had gotten furious in a similar situation, but he was used to it now. After shaking his head, all he did was squarely stare at the android approaching him. After the examination, the old man made some preparations to leave and headed towards the front door. The android set aside the chores she had been doing and approached the old man. Will Master be leaving now? Yes. The old man went through his usual routine, but today the android appeared to be a little tense. After a moment of hesitation, she carefully spoke up. Master? What is it? I was thinking maybe Master should avoid going to work today. And why is that? It's been confirmed that Master isn't in a very good condition. Please consider taking a day off. Those were the results from the examination he's taken in the washroom moments ago. It was true that his body felt heavier when he woke up. It seemed that he had caught a cold. Yet the old man dismissed the silver-eyed concern with a snort. From just this, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me. The android stopped the old man who was preparing to leave once more. She was persistent in her attempt to get a message across. Apparently, in case of emergency, her typical meek personality was programmed to become more assertive. As mentioned, it's not necessary for Master to go to work today. It's fine if Master leaves the store work to me and rest at home. No way. What if you get robbed or something? How are you planning to when you are not even allowed to hurt people? There are many ways to subdue people without inflicting bodily harm. There's also an alarm feature that will alert the police to arrive on the scene in less than 5 minutes. Stop talking nonsense and stay at home. Keeping our home safe is a job too. What if this place gets robbed? It seemed that the android wanted to say something, but she eventually lowered her head. After giving her a look of disapproval, the old man left the house. Who is the old man? 杂货店老板. The place that the old man arrived was found to be a tiny, ordinary supermarket. It was a business he started himself near his home after retiring. Being in the quieter areas of town, the business wasn't exactly booming, but at the very least he had always managed to earn enough to pay for his expenses. It wasn't like the old man was hunting for cash though. His lifetime savings was already enormous, and the monthly allowance from his son was nothing to scoff at either. He could spend the rest of his life without having to work at all if he wanted to. Yet he was the type of person who had focused on work all his life. Unlike others, he never bothered going on vacations or spending time abroad, mostly because he didn't know what to do with his free time. Yeah, this is most probably the main character's father. Yeah. He wasn't flexible enough to try to find a new hobby at this stage of his life. Since he had thought about nothing but work all his life, all he could do was to find some more work even after retirement. Sad life. The store remained vacant even after its opening. Several regular customers stopped by as time passed, but today seemed especially quiet. Sometimes co-workers from the company he used to work at would come visit the old man. He had always been a little out of touch concerning family matters, but he was well respected at his workplace back in the day. Whenever they paid him a visit, the old man would reminisce about the past and share stories, usually over drinks. But that seemed unlikely today. Inside the quiet store, the old man passed the time by cleaning and checking the inventory. It was when a bit of time has passed and the old man was sitting at the counter reading a newspaper. At the usual hour, the android stopped by the stall. Master! Is everything fine? The android offered a greeting with a dull voice of hers. She was carrying a large sack. She really knew what it was without needing to look inside. She placed the sack onto the counter and proceeded to unwrap it. I brought Master's lunch. The moment the old man caught a glimpse of the lunchbox, he let out a deep sigh. How many times have I told you, you don't need to bring me something like this. I can just get by with the stuff inside the store. With all due respect, the food inside the store is not healthy enough for Master. Please refrain from eating such undesirable products. I received a specific order from Master's son that I should supervise and manage Master's diet. The old man becomes silent at the mention of his son, but he soon snatched the lunchbox away while letting out a loud snout. Then, as if he was trying to let out his anger, he hastily pried it open. An assortment of nutritious foods that he enjoyed was laid out before him. That bastard, pretending to worry so much. Even while carrying the lukewarm food to his mouth using a pair of chopsticks, the old man continued to complain. Seeing all of that and not even bothering to show up once in a while, how ungrateful. Well, the main character did say that you're not going to save me anymore. That's why there's no point in having children, running off doing whatever they want and leaving their parents behind after growing up. The android tilted her modest-sized head in confusion. With all due respect, Master was the one who told his son, who was paying Master a visit for his birthday 2 years ago, to never show up again and kick him out of the house. That was because he kept talking nonsense. Every word that came out of his mouth was driving me insane, so how could I not do anything about it? As his voice began to rise, the android lowered her head without a word. She appeared to be waiting for the old man's anger to settle down. 2 years had passed since the old man and his son last saw each other. The monthly allowance and the birthday presents delivered through an android. Those were the only connections remaining between them. The old man had always been on bad terms with his son. Whenever they met, they always end up getting into a quarrel over something petty. This eventually led to a huge confrontation on his birthday 2 years ago. An argument escalated until the old man, who had finally reached his breaking point, decided to kick his son out of his home. Since the incident, they haven't made any direct contact in 2 years. Their relationship had deteriorated to the point where they would only use the old man's silveroid to keep in touch. From the son's perspective, Master may have come across as exceedingly cruel. I've done nothing wrong. He had returned from overseas just to pay Master a visit. Perhaps it was insensitive of Master to drive him away only because of a minor argument. That's enough. This is nothing out of the ordinary. You should already know that. Even so, I feel that this has been going on for too long this time. Even after a conflict, he always used to return the following holiday as if nothing had happened. I'm worried that the pain in his son's heart may be deeper than what Master believes. The old man did not reply. He's also been worried all this time. He's always argued with his son, yet he did silently admit that this latest conflict had lasted far longer than usual. For a moment, he began to worry that his son couldn't visit because something bad had happened to him. But that was very unlikely. If his son hadn't been doing well, the silverite would have already notified him. It was proof that his son was doing fine. Master? What is it? Master has stopped moving his hand. Indeed, the old man has ceased moving his chopsticks. Keeping his hand stationary, the old man posed a question. It wasn't something he would normally ask. What has my son been doing lately? He appears to be running a successful business. I heard that he has returned from his business trip overseas. I see, so he's in Korea at the moment. It was understandable why he couldn't pay a visit while overseas, but if he was presently in Korea, was stopping him now? Ha! So you know that it's not in Japan, it's in Korea. As the old man continued to stare at his lunchbox with a pained look, the android spoke up once more with a mechanical voice. Master, the food is getting cold. The old man closed the lid for his half-eaten lunchbox. I've lost my appetite. Master had not yet consumed the required amount of nutrients. Moreover, Master had already skipped most of his breakfast. I've said I lost my appetite. How many times do I have to repeat myself? As the old man slammed his chopsticks onto the counter, the android silently continued to stare at him. The look in her eyes implied that she still had a few things left to say. Master is... what is it? If you are going to speed up, at least finish your sentence. Following the old man command, the android continued with an emotionless voice. With all due respect, I believe that Master have a tendency to get too angry with his son. I recommend that Master attempt to be more understanding of him. It was rare for the android to openly criticize him. Because he wasn't used to such treatment, he couldn't help but furrow his brow. After a moment, he lowered his voice and replied calmly, Are you taking his side? I am not taking anyone's side. I'm only advising that if Master wishes the situation with his son to improve, he must gain proper control over his emotions. Do you really think I get mad just because I want to? Of course not. But the stuff he spouts in front of me makes me lose my mind. If his fault for being such an idiot. Isn't that because he's part of family? Just what are you talking about all of a sudden? The android stared at the woman intently. She opened her mouth to speak as... Yeah, a bit long. I know, right? She opened her mouth to speak as she shook her head back and forth in hesitation. Evidently, she wasn't feeling very confident. The reason why Master gets so frustrated, isn't it because having a father-son bond caused one party to unconsciously expect something from the other and become frustrated when they don't follow through? I've never seen Master get so angry in front of other people. I'm an android, therefore I'm unable to properly gauge how these negative emotions are being formed inside Master. We do not have the unnecessary troublesome emotions programmed inside us after all. But what? Since I've never been able to experience such emotions, sometimes I find myself being envious of that side of humans. What nonsense. Just for a moment, the old man nearly forgot that he's conversing with a machine. The android knew that the old man wanted a straightforward robotic version of her instead of the casual conversational one, so she rarely ever opened up to share her thoughts like this. Such a candid display stirred up a memory deep inside the man's past, nearly forgotten till now. Now that I think about it, there was another android quite similar to you, the old man quietly mumbled. Finally get to the point. I can barely remember when that was. It happened so long ago. My son once brought home a strange android and I burned it to crisps. She was... The old man closed his eyes in an attempt to comb through the distant memories. Lucy Valentine. We see you again, Lucy. She was a little different from you. Yes, she really seemed like a real person, that one. A real person? A real person. I've forgotten how she looked or sounded like. But one thing I remember is that she was very talkative. She would always get ahead of herself despite being only a robot. The android remained silent after the explanation, staring blankly at her master. But my understanding is that Master prefers a less talkative, laid-back android companion. I do. That's why I hated the android. My son and I used to argue over it all the time. What do you do with her? What do you mean? Her eyes slightly narrowed. The android, what do you do with her? Well, I'm not sure. Did Master continue using it? It was so long ago, I don't recall what exactly happened. Are you serious? You burned her, bitch? Now you remember? Only then the old man could finally remember his son's heartbroken expression. At the time, he was certainly at his most rebellious. Even before then, the old man never had a good relationship with his son. Afterwards, their conflict appeared to escalate in intensity and frequency. The old man wondered whether an alternate, less confrontational approach might have worked out better. But with that shake of his head, he dismissed that thought. It would be pointless to dwell in the past. He had no intention to change either. The old man still despised androids, and he believed that he hadn't done anything wrong. Just sigh. How about making an apology? The old man's hands flinched a little. He responded in anger. Quit talking nonsense. Oh, was it truly nonsense? I thought Master would want his relationship with his son to improve. Does Master not want to make peace with him? Stop it. How do you expect me to do such a thing? Master. There was a bit of hesitation, but it only lasted for a very short moment. With a newly determined look, the android stared straight into the old man's eyes. I have served Master for a very long time, and I'm confident that I know more about Master than anyone else. I more or less deducted what Master deems important in terms of values. Just what are you blabbering about? You're acting strange today. Isn't there something more important than Master's pride? Isn't there something much more important that Master needs to consider? Instead of trying to save face, wouldn't it be wiser to drop his stubbornness once and for all? The old man did not budge. Without agreeing or disagreeing, he sat in silence. While maintaining her blank expression, the android continued. Of course, I do realize such a task would be difficult to accomplish, but, Master, I believe that sometimes it's important to solace one's pride for the greater good. The old man tore open one of the cigarette packs on the store display and lighted it up. Typically, the android would have scolded him for such an unhealthy habit, but for some reason, she did not say anything this time. Exhaling a cloud of smoke, the man sighed. It will be Master's birthday soon. Instead of holding a social gathering with Master acquaintances, may I recommend a private session with Master's son to spend some quality time together? You sure are talkative today. The android lowered her head. Perhaps this was her own unique way of apologizing. The old man exhaled another cloud of smoke. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to sit down and have a nice long chat with my son. The android raised her head to look at the old man once more. Then I will make the preparations right away. Also, is it alright if I pay Master's son a visit and deliver the message in person this time? Although her voice sounded flat as usual, the old man could somehow sense a tinge of excitement coming from her. Is it really necessary that you go in person? To elaborate, the timing would coincide with the arrival of an android engineer for the annual model upgrade. I thought it would be a good idea to go in the city and get an upgrade there while delivering the message. Although things will be inconvenient for Master during my leave. If that's better for you, then go ahead. I'll be fine around here. Understand? Then I'll make the preparations to leave right away. Alright, good luck. Several days flew by since their conversation. Hey, isn't this a bit long? The android who had been busy creating a schedule all this time was especially making a loud racket today. When she was done, she bid farewell to the old man before she departed. Yeah, it's very long. Then I'll be making my leave now. If everything goes as planned, I expect to meet back by the evening 2 days from today. The trip itself will make things allocated to both Master's son and an android engineer's schedule. With that time constraint, it appears that I will have to meet up with the engineer for the upgrade first. What about my son? I'll be seeing him on the last day of the scheduled trip. I'm planning to bring him back with the news of Master's birthday. Now please take this. The android handed the old man a piece of paper. What's this? It's a list of popular restaurants nearby. Each one offers a unique birthday set menu. I listed out the food they offer in great detail. That should be more than enough to go around, but I recommend Master to add in some of his son's favorite fruits. If it's like too much, Bravo, I will take care of the reservation and everything else, but I just thought it would be better if Master personally chose the menu himself. Alright, I'll take a look. Squinting, the old man scanned through the sheet of paper. The text was in large font in consideration of the old man's vision, but he still had trouble reading it. It appeared that his eyesight had gotten even worse. He took out a magnifying glass from his pocket to ease the strain. The silver was very thorough. She had listed out the menu, and price comparisons, cuisine critiques, as well as accompanying photos. Rice cake, seaweed soup, assortment of veggies, crab soup, pork chop, beef rib stews, vegetable pancakes, and so forth. All the menus were fairly similar with the little diversity. The android appeared to have sensed the old man's distress. Is there something Master needs help with? I just don't know what, Master. What my son's like. I just can't figure it out. All I ever did was give him allowance money, thinking he could find something to eat on his own. In this situation, it would have been that strange for others to judge him for not knowing what his son liked. But he wasn't really talking to a real person. The android quietly began writing something down on another sheet of paper and soon handed it over to the old man. I've tried listing a food that Master's son might enjoy. I should mention that the potato is more than 2 years old, so it might not be almost accurate. However, I do believe that it serves as a good reference point. The old man slowly took the sheet of paper. He couldn't bring himself to praise her for her efforts, mostly because she was shocked by the fact that a mere robot knew more about his son than he did. I just thought boys like him would do fine growing up on their own. Master? Forget it, that will be all. A puzzled look lingered on the silverite's face, but soon she departed with a bow. Oh, I can save this. An old man's wish. Okay, let's go back to the title. I saw some guide that if I click on this thing, the eternity she wished for, and October 12th, we can continue the game. So there's happy ending after all. Doctor? Today is October 12th. Lucy?
博士、呼びましたか？
We have somewhere to go today. With a grim expression, I whispered softly.
行くところと言いますと？研究所の外に出るのですか？
Precisely.
珍しいですね。久しぶりのお出かけですね。遠いところに行くのですか？
It depends on how you look at it, I replied calmly.
大事なようですか？
It could very well be.
そうですか。
Without another word, Lucy begins to trot along behind me. Andrew. Yes, Doctor. I leave the rest to you. Understood. Have a safe journey. Okay, I think
目的地はどこですか？
we have to take a break. It's 1 a.m. Let's end the stream and let's continue next week. I thought that we have finally finished the game, but there is more to it. There is a lot more to it. There is a 番外篇 and then October 12th. See, the first day when I play is October 12th. That means it's the day where I pick her up. So is this the day where the doctor threw her away? And October 29 is the day she got burned, I think. Yeah. So that's about it.